Hey, everybody. Good to see so many of you here. Today's our last day of bear Qigong. Hope you're excited. Today we're going to learn the full walking part of the bear set. So we'll do some warm-ups and basic Qigong first, but then we're going to finish learning the walking bear. So this means kind of slow motion walking back and forth across whatever room you're in. So far, we've learned one of the walking movements, but today we're going to learn the other two. So hope you're excited. Let's see your comments here. Anita's been practicing the bear all week. That's awesome. Got someone from Massachusetts, UK. All right, well, I just got to grab something and then we're going to get started. One second. All right, find yourself some space. Okay. Start with the feet under the shoulders. We're just going to start with warming up. Let's take our hands up. We're just going to start to turn left and right. As you turn, you're going to lift your back heel. Let your spine find a little twist here. And as you turn here, try not to twist your knee on this leg that your weight is in. So you're going to keep the kneecap pointed forward and just twist from the hip joint and the spine. In general, our knees don't like to twist. Look for a little opening, especially in the upper back here. Use the momentum of the arms to kind of pull the shoulder back. Feel those shoulder blades moving across the back. Let's bring the hands a little lower, palms face down. Use the momentum of the arms here to pull a little more twist into your waist and low back. And if this makes you really dizzy, you can stay looking straight forward as you do this. Keep your gaze roughly forward so your gaze isn't turning all over the place. That'll help you not get so dizzy. All right, plant the feet. Knock across the lower back and the belly and waist. Find some deep breaths here. Let's find a little bear variation of this knocking. You're going to lean to one side, not really lean, actually, just shift the weight and turn towards the center line. You're turning inwards as you shift outwards. Again, be careful not to twist the knee you're shifting into. Good, slow that down to the center, very nice. Let's take our legs wide. We're gonna open up our waist a little bit here. So this one, we're gonna bend our knees, bend the elbows. The arms form a hoop, the palms are face up. And we're just going to move from our waist in a big circle, like we're taking this hoop that's in our arms, and we're just trying to move it in a circle. We're just looking to open up around the waist and hip joints. Even find a little lean back as we go over the top. Let's go the other direction. Okay, come to the center. Very nice. We're going to stretch it out. Turn on your left heel. Take your right foot step a little to your right. Get a staggered stance. I'll go the same way as you here. So we're turning to the left. We have sort of a bow and arrow stance. We're going to square our hips over the left leg. So turn your hips to your left a bit. Straighten the left leg without quite locking the knee. Keep a little bend in there. Keep that knee strong. We're going to walk our way down into a stretch. Looking for a stretch coming up the back of the left leg here. Then we're going to leave the left hand wherever it's sort of landing. We're trying to keep a straight spine here. So don't round your spine to get your hands lower. Keep the spine straight and just fold from the hips. Wherever your hands wind up there, you're just going to leave them there. The right hand's going to lift towards the sky. We're going to rotate our hips to the right. And just feel for that stretch pulling more to the inner hamstring of the left leg. Then the right hand's going to come down. Left hand's going to go across your lower back. And we're going to rotate, twist to your left. Again, keeping a straight spine, so we're not twisting like this, bent over. We're really nice and straight as we twist. You're thinking of this left hip here, pulling back to stretch up the outside of the leg more. We go through this as a flow. So here, left hand down, right hand up, rotate the hips to the right. Right hand down, left hand behind the back, rotate the hips to the left. Try it with breath. Exhale down. Inhale, rotate. Exhale down. Inhale, rotate. Nice one to build a little strength and integration as well as our flexibility here. Let's just do one more time each side. And then bring it down. Walk your hands back up. We're going to turn and go the other direction. Turning on the right heel, left foot steps just a little bit off to the left, so we're not quite on a straight line here with the feet. This will just help us balance as we do this. The front leg is mostly straight, not quite locked in position, just a little bend to protect that knee, so we're not kind of pushing the knee backwards as we're doing this. Try to get your hips square over that leg. And hinging from the hips, keeping a straight spine. Just come as far as you can go without bending the spine, so don't feel like you have to achieve something by getting your hands lower. Nothing's going to happen there. We're just trying to stretch back here. If you feel that stretch under the leg, you've gone as far as you need to go. Leave the right hand down. Lift the left hand up. Find a sort of gentle triangle posture here. Looking for that stretch on the inner hamstring. The left hand's going to come down. Right hand across the lower back. Pull your right hip back. Reach through your crown so you have a nice straight spine. Rotate. Bring it down. And with our breath here, inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, hand behind the back, rotate. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, down. Good job. One more each side. Good. Bring it back to the center. And again, we'll just walk it up. Good stuff. Shake it out. Shake it out. Good. All right. Let's get a little opening in the upper body. Palms face forward. We're going to circle in front. Stork spreads the feathers. You're going to pull your fingers down, spread your fingers, reach up through your crown, tuck your chin back. Then turn your palms forward again. We circle, hips are dropping back. Stand tall as those fingers pull down, lift through your crown, pull down through your shoulders. Palms forward, circle, let's exhale. Then inhale, stretch. Look for a stretch down the back of the arms. Exhale, circle, relaxed. And then inhale, stretch. Exhale one more time like this. Then we're going to hold the stretch. Lean your head over to one side. Bring the stretch to the side of the neck. And give that a slow nod over the shoulder. Take a couple deep breaths with this. Let's go to the other side. Slow nod of the head. Good, and relax. Shake it out. Okay, let's stretch up the other side of the arms. So we're going to start with the palms face behind now. As you send the hips back, your hands are going to circle behind you. And then open up. Palms are turned outwards here. Fingers pull down. The chest is lifting. The crown's lifting. The chin's going back. Those fingers and shoulders are pulling down to make the stretch. Turn the palms, circle behind. And then stand tall, stretch. Turn the palms, exhale, circle. And inhale, stretch inside of the arms. Freeing up the flow of energy through the body. The last one, we're going to hold the stretch. Head over to one side. Give the head a slow nod over the shoulder, just moving that stretch back and forth through the neck. Inhale as you go back. Exhale as you go forward. Chin to chest, other side. Good, release, shake it out. Very nice. Okay, we're going to go right into our bear walking form. This form has a little bit of a blend, so it's not totally clear when you're exiting your warm-ups and stretches and when you're entering your flows, but this is kind of fun. So what we're going to do is go through all three of the maneuvers with this one in sort of, we'll do it slowly and step by step, and we'll kind of learn it. And then we'll try to string it all together and do it in a more meditative, fluid way. So first, we're just going to find a starting stance with our heels together and our toes pointed out towards the corners of the room. We're going to make light fists and just bring the palm side of the fist over the lower abdomen, so just below your navel, so your Tian. So this is our sort of bear posture. Let's call this the wuji for the bear. Have you ever seen totem poles or indigenous carvings in places where bears live? The bears are often holding this posture on the pole, except without the elbows out, right? But you'll see the animals, especially the bears, holding their fists like this. And so a lot of Qigong came from shamanism and sort of indigenous practices of sort of pre-civilized China. And these bear and crane and animal forms are supposed to be the oldest forms of Qigong that come out of these sort of indigenous traditions. So you can sort of see that in our bear posture here. Just take a couple deep breaths, soften your knees, drop your tailbone, float the crown of your head. Feel your spine stack like a totem pole. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Feel your tailbone pulled towards the earth, your crown pulled towards the heavens. Very good. Our first one, the bear hugs the tree. You're going to find a little space. You have room to walk ahead of yourself. We're going to take a step forward. And then we're going to bring the arms out in front of us like we're hugging a tree, keeping fists though. And then we're going to turn those fists. So the palm side of the fist is forward. And then we're going to drop. Let me see which side. Which side are we turning towards? We're going to drop the arm on the side of the leg that's forward. Okay, so we're sort of hugging a tree with fists, with the back, palm side of the fist face out, and then we drop the fist on the side of the front leg and we lift the fist on the side of the back leg. This is so that as we lean forward now and start to twist around the spine, we start to lengthen this side waist. So this arm's lifting up, so we get a little length on the side waist as we twist. Then we're going to come back to the center. We're going to shift our weight to the back leg, bring our fists back to the dantian, resting palm side of the fist against the dantian. You're going to lift the front foot, turn the toes out, place the weight back forward, shift forward, back foot comes up, you take a step. Now I showed you with a really big step so you could really see what I'm doing, but this could just be a small step like this. We're going to shift forward. Bring your arms out like you're hugging a tree with the back of the fists facing away from you. You're going to drop the fist on the side of your front leg. Lift the fist on the side of the back leg, but keep this round shape like you were hugging a tree, just with your arms uneven on the height of the tree. You're going to lean forward so that the spine and the back leg form one long line. And then you're going to twist to the side of the lower arm, keeping it together like you're hugging that tree still. Then we're going to shift back, unwind, bring the palms over the dantian. Lift the front heel, or front toe, sorry. Turn them out slightly. Shift forward, back foot comes up. And now see if we can do it all at once. The fists come and hug the tree. We lean slightly forward. We turn to the side of the front leg, should also be the side of the lower hand. Then we relax back to the center, fists over the lower abdomen. Now, if you sort of run out of space like I have here, the way we're going to turn around is we're going to lift the front toes, turn them in towards the back foot. So we wind up pigeon-toed. Then we lift the back toes and turn them out. You'll see that has set me up to go the other direction. I shift forward again, spine in a long line with the back leg. I hug the tree with my fists, with the back of the, or palm side of the fist facing away from me. I drop the arm on the side of the front leg, lift the arm on the side of the back leg, and then twist around my spine. And back to the center. Let's just do one more time. Lift the front toes, turn them out, shift forward, step up, fists hug the tree, and twist. Back to the center. Very good. Okay, shake it out a bit. So that's our bear hugging the tree. The next one is the bear splitting wood. So if you've been on the previous bear classes, this is the one where we snap the logs. If you imagine it, oh, this is perfect. Imagine a bear just kind of playing around, flipping a log around just for fun, right? And then eventually it would go crack, crack. It would snap the log in half. That's sort of what we're mimicking here. So this one, Let's start learning it just stationary. So just have your feet shoulder width. You're going to press one hand up, one hand down. Palms face away from each other. They're basically parallel to the floor and ceiling. Then we turn them towards each other. We roll the ball and push up and down again. So 2 movements. 1, grab the ball, roll the ball. 2, press up and down. Circular motion, roll the ball like a half circle, and then split the wood. So the rolling of the ball is to bring the hand that's going to push down closer to the body. So as you're pressing down, this hand is really close to you. You're not touching yourself, but you're really close to your torso. And the hand that's going up is sort of extended out in front of you with a soft elbow. So we roll the ball to change the position of the hands and then push up and down. Okay, then we're going to do this walking. So again, starting with the heels together, toes pointed out, fists over the Tian. Take a breath here. Shift your weight to the right foot. Left foot comes forward. We're not going to put any weight in it though. We're just going to place the foot gently on the floor. This can sometimes stress the right knee. We're keeping all our weight in the right leg. So this can put a little bit of pressure on the knee. So what you can do is take a smaller step if it's bothering your knee. If you take a really big step, you're going to have to bend this knee more. So a small step is going to stress the knee less. Also, you can hinge more at the hip and lean your chest slightly forward. This is going to send the weight more directly down into the heel instead of having to pass through the knee in a stressful way. So if I'm trying to keep my spine upright as I do this, a lot of pressure going into the knee. If I send the hips back and the chest forward, that pressure sort of circumvents the knee down to the floor. So just think about those things if you feel stress on your knees. Okay, so we're keeping back weighted here. The leg that's forward, you're going to lift that hand up. The leg that's back with our weight in it, you're going to press that hand down. And we sort of find this posture here where we stop, but don't stop in the bear form. We're going to turn the palms, holding the ball, pick up the front toes, turn them out, shift forward. Now all our weight's going to be in the left foot. The back foot, the right foot's going to come forward, touch the ground gently with a flat foot. And then keeping the weight back in our left foot, we're going to roll the ball and press up and down. Again, the empty leg is the hand going up. The full leg, the leg with the weight, is the hand going down. Lift your toes, turn them out. Turn the palms, roll the ball as we're stepping. Back foot comes up, press up and down. Lift the toes, turn them out. Turn the palms, roll the ball as we shift. Empty footsteps forward, we press up and down. Same thing when we want to turn around here. I'm going to lift my front toes, turn them in, we get pigeon-toed. Lift my back toes, turn them out. As I'm doing that, we can roll the ball, set the feet in a comfortable stance, and press up with the arm on the forward leg side. So turn out again, roll the ball, press up and down. Turn the hands, roll the ball, turn the foot out, press up and down. Same thing to turn around. Turn in, turn out. Roll the ball, press. Okay, very good. Shake it out a bit. Our last one is the trickiest. This is going to be hard to learn on a camera because I'm going to have to sort of involves turning around and flipping around. So it's going to be a little hard to track my lefts and rights. So just kind of be patient with yourself on this one. I'll show you from a few angles and we'll try to get it. So this one builds on the bear chopping wood or splitting wood. This one's called the bear picking fruit. Looks a little bit like a bit of monkey Qigong if you've ever done the monkey. So what I'm going to do is bring my heels together. I'm going to set the left foot forward again, having our weight back weighted in the right leg. I'm going to bring my hands into that splitting wood position. So that empty foot has the hand going up, the full foot has the hand going down on that side. Now, what I'm going to do is pick fruit. So it's like I'm a bear and I'm sort of lifting a tree branch to see if there's fruit in there. And I'm like, oh, there is fruit. And so I'm going to reach over my hand that's holding the tree branch and grab the fruit out of the tree. Okay. So you're right here, and then you reach ahead of those fingertips and grab the fruit. that's what the hands are doing. Now, as we do that, what we're going to do is bring the back foot into a T position with the front foot. So my back foot's going to come up, scoop in front of that foot. So I go in front of the fingers with the hand, and I go in front of the left foot with my right foot in a T position. So I'm going to kind of turn it to 90 degrees. The left foot is basically pointing towards the center of the right foot. So it's like a capital T. All right, so I wind up all twisted up here. And then what I'm going to do is going to take my left foot, and I'm going to step back behind my right, turning all the way around. So I'm facing the opposite direction of how I started. And then I'm going to shift back, roll the ball, and bring the hands up and down. So if you got a little lost there, don't worry. So it's a lot of left and rights to keep track of. But if you want to join me here, what I've got is I'm facing to the left. My left foot is back, my right foot is forward. We're back weighted in the left leg. Right hand is up, left hand is down. So we're starting back at the bear, splitting wood. Now my left hand, this lower hand, is going to reach for the fruit, reaching over the right hand and grasping with the fingertips. My back foot, my left foot, is going to come into the T shape, scooping around in front of my right toes, making a letter T with the feet. And then to turn it around, right now we're facing the left side of the room. We're going to turn around to face the right side of the room by taking the right foot, sweeping around behind the left foot, and leave the heel up for a moment. And then you're going to plant the heel back, pivot that front foot. So we wind up with our back weighted stance here again with the left foot forward this time. Now, because the left foot's forward, I want to make sure it's the left hand that goes up. So we're going to just kind of reorient our hands here and press up and down. All right, let's see if we can do that a little quicker. Reach for the fruit with the right hand. Right foot sweeps in front of the left. Left foot steps behind the right. As we're doing that, we're sort of turning the hands like a ball so that as we get reoriented, the right hand is pressing up because that's our front leg now. Remember, the front leg's always pressing up. Left hand reaches for the fruit. Left foot sweeps around in front of the right. Right foot steps behind the left. We have our ball here. We roll the ball and press up and down. Splitting wood. Okay, so I know that one's a little trickier, but we're going to just let it kind of shake into the muscle memory. And now we'll do all three as a little flow. So we're going to add our breath, slow it down, and see if we can make a little meditation to move some of this bear energy, this sort of earth and water, really dense type of energy through the body. So back to our starting position. Let's come to the left side of the room. Turn to your right, heels together, toes out to the corners of the room. Coming into our bear totem position, paws over the lower dantian with light fists. Sink your tailbone to the earth, float your crown to the sky. We're just going to pause here for a few breaths. And balance between heaven and earth, like a tree with deep roots and long branches. Spend a couple deep breaths here. All right, let's move into our hugging the tree form. Shift your weight to the right foot. Step the left foot forward. This one, we're going to shift the weight forward into the left foot. Mostly straighten the back leg. So get your spine in line with the back leg. Reach the arms out to hug the tree with the fists, palm face forward. Drop the left fist. Raise the right, but keep circled around that tree. And then rotate your spine, including the neck. Relax back, shift back, palms over the lower dantian, palm side of the fists over the lower dantian. Lift the front toes, turn them out, shift forward. We're going to step up. Feel free to experiment. Maybe a small step, maybe a big step. Just kind of feel what feels good for your body here. Hug the tree, Right hand is low, left hand is high. Twist around the tree. Back to the center. Over the Tian. Lift the front toes, turn them out. Shift forward. Step forward. Shift forward, lean forward, hug the tree, and twist. Bring it back. If you run out of space like me, remember how we turn around? We go in, out, reset, and we just go back into the flow. We can add our breath here as well. Taking an inhale as we shift back, turn the toes out, find our position, and exhale as we come forward and twist. Inhale back, turn the toes out, shift forward. And from here, stepping forward, exhaling into the twist. Feel free to go at your own pace. You can watch me as much as you like. Start to really slow the breath, find that slow, steady energy of the bear. And let's turn around, reset our feet, and find the bear splitting win. Staying back weighted for this one. The leg that's back, hand goes down, leg that's forward, hand goes up. We turn out the toes, roll the ball as we shift. Get our feet in place, and then press up and down. Roll the ball, turn the toes out, shifting. Press up and down. Inhale as we turn the ball, shift. Exhale as we press up and down. And feel free to experiment with bigger or smaller steps. See what feels comfortable on your joints. What feels grounding and balancing. Really try to breathe and move slowly here. Exhale as we split the wood. Inhale as we turn the ball. What we want to do in Qigong is find our slowest possible breath and match the movement to that breath rather than thinking of how slow the movement should be and then matching the breath to that. Really want to focus on the pace of breath that makes sense for our bodies and then match the movement. So the way we find that breath is we just keep slowing down the breath until we feel like we're at a point where we're just at the edge of air hunger. Like if we breathed any slower, we'd be feeling like we had a little bit of air hunger. So we want to be right before we get to the air hunger. That's about the slowest breath we can do comfortably. That's sort of what we're aiming for in most of these slow motion Qigong flows. A few more repetitions of this one. Let's see if we can find the bear plucking fruit. So we find our splitting wood position. The lower hand is going to go in front of the upper hand, pluck the fruit. The back foot is going to sweep around to a T position in front of the what was the front foot. Then we step behind with the foot that was in front. Reorient the feet and press up and down. So again, lower hand plucks the fruit. Back foot steps forward to make the T. What was the front foot steps behind. We roll the ball so that when we land here, the forward foot side, that hand is going up. The back foot side, that hand is going down. I'll just keep demonstrating slowly. Hold the ball here. Split the wood. Pluck the fruit. Step into the T. Cross step behind. Hold the ball. Split the wood. Forward T step. Pluck the fruit. At the same time, roll the ball. Step behind. And split the wood. This one, there's no way to match the breath, so just find a continuous slow breath here. Just try to find the movement slow and steady, but it doesn't have to match the breath in any way. This one's tricky. You might have to come back to this routine a couple times for it to feel natural. It's very hard to explain through a camera. Just do two more. We'll return to our bear Uji. Paws and fists over the dantian. Heels together, toes out slightly. Soft knees, sink your tailbone. Float the crown of your head. Breathe to your lower dantian. Good. Bring your feet more together. Palms face up under the dantian. We'll just end with centering here. Take a breath in, head to a half circle, and exhale, bring it down to the dantian. Inhale, half circle, other side. Exhale down the center line. Balancing the chakras, the dantians, the burners, these energy centers that move in a vertical or hold their positions in a vertical line through the body. ultimately helping the qi to sink to the lower dantian. Hands fold over the dantian. Soften your knees, relax your shoulders. Begin to allow yourself to rock and sway like bamboo, yielding to a gentle breeze. Step it out. Circle the belly. Couple deep breaths. Center that below your navel. Take a deep breath in. Let out a big sigh. Very good. Feel free to shake it out. Give yourself a stretch. See what your body's asking for. Maybe it's asking for a little tap somewhere. Maybe it's asking for a little massage somewhere. Maybe it just wants your hands held over a place to bring some energy there. Energy and loving attention. So once we've built the qi, we want it to circulate. We want it to move freely through the body. So anywhere you feel impinged, just try to get that area loosened up. And anywhere that feels a little need for extra healing can also be something we do at the end of practice. Just bring the hands to that place, breathe there, bring attention there, wherever it is. Just get a little healing energy moving there. Okay. Super fun practicing with you, especially Daphne from Greece. How fun. Thanks for tuning in. Moving the flying wheel. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you'd call it that. Thanks, Magnus. All right. Well, hope you guys had a good time. This concludes our bear series here on YouTube Live. I'm trying to make my classes a little more planned out, so you know what you're clicking on, you know what to expect. So, I mean, we've been on a bear kick lately. It's a good winter animal, build some sort of warmth and strength for the winter. We're going to move on. I'm not sure to what yet, but we're going to do another class tomorrow morning at the same time. So if you want to tune in live tomorrow morning, we'll have class then. The theme I haven't decided yet, but I'll throw that up on YouTube and send out an email soon. If you're not on the email list, you're probably not seeing the notifications when I'm doing these live classes. So I pretty much always send out an email when I'm going to do a live stream. So jump on the email list if you're not already, and you'll get those notifications. Because I know I'm kind of pretty random sometimes when I do these. I won't be going live next weekend, so don't look for me Saturday, Sunday next week, because I'm getting married Friday, and then I'm going to be traveling to Costa Rica, so I won't really be settled in till like Sunday evening. So my time, it's Costa Rica time evening. So I'll do some stuff the following week, do some live streams from Costa Rica. But next weekend there won't be anything. But I will do a stream tomorrow at the same time as today's Sunday, and probably a couple more streams throughout the week. And yeah, pura vida. What does that mean? The good life? Thanks, Brittany. Evan says, thank heaven for Patreon. Lots of homework for me. The walking stuff keeps me humble. Thank you, Nick, and I sure hope you feel better. I do feel better, yeah. Fortunately, Omicron for me was about 10 times milder than the Alpha strain was. So I just had a kind of just a tickle in my throat for three days, usually just in the morning. So I was pretty pleased with, I don't know if it was just immunity from before that made it mild, but it seems like that's a lot of people's experiences. Omicron's quite a bit milder. Pretty much everybody I know has it, vaccinated or not. I think I know like 30 people who have it right at this moment. Kind of interesting. They say it's the most contagious virus ever studied. Pretty crazy. Yeah, so this is a confusing one, especially the bear plucking fruit. So if you do want to watch the replays, I usually leave these classes up for a few days on YouTube, and then they move over to Patreon. It's just a little subscription that helps me, pay for everything and run this stuff. So it's just $5 a month, and you get access to all the past live streams, which is a lot because I've done like 1 or 2 a week for how long? Like a year and a half now or something? 2 years almost. About as long as the pandemic. Thanks. Yeah, I'm very excited about the wedding. You'll actually, if you want to like get to know my fiance, you can just send an email to support@nickloffery.com because she's doing the customer service now, which is very nice of her. She was raised in Japan, and they take customer service incredibly seriously there. So I got the deal of a century. She was telling me, went to Starbucks the other day, and she got a coffee, and there's a little tiny drip of coffee going down the side, right? The tiniest little drip. And she was like, I can't believe this. I can't believe American customer service. In Japan, that employee would have had no warning. That drip of coffee, they would have been fired on the spot with no warning, just because they had a little drip of coffee. They didn't think to wipe off the coffee before handing to the customer. Their employer would have been horrified. Everybody would have understood if they fired them right away. Yeah, it's only $5 for Patreon, but it's $5 a month. It's a subscription, so it's not like just $5 one time. But I think it's a pretty good deal considering the enormous library of past videos on there. There's all kinds of interesting stuff. It's all like kind of titled with what was in the class. You can really kind of find things that interest you. A lot of variety on there if you're looking for it. Oh, sorry to hear that, Zolo. Serious incident at the animal shelter I work at. This was a monumental gift today. That's so good to hear. Do you guys have bears in your animal shelter? I think we could learn about customer service from Japan. It's probably, I think if it'd be a really good idea if you own a business and you hire customer service people to go to Japan and kind of learn what they're doing. I mean, you don't want to go too far. They probably take a little too far. They're like, people get really stressed about being perfect at their jobs and perfect at school and everything. But I think they do a lot of things really well there. What's the date of the wedding? It's actually next Friday. So I got a busy week ahead of me preparing for this thing. Fortunately, it's super small. There's only going to be 12 people at this wedding. We're just renting an Airbnb like cabin thing up in the mountains, and just like immediate family and a couple friends. So, but even my family won't be there. It's kind of lame because my family's in Canada, and this whole thing was like super last minute, and they're having a hard time traveling here with COVID and everything. So they're gonna have to watch it on Zoom. We're doing the cliche COVID Zoom wedding stream. So just dogs at the shelter, huh? All other animals have to be fostered out to families. Wow, that's really interesting. Evan says the Patreon thing is a fabulous deal. I'm hoping the bears in my neighborhood are still sleeping. We actually are. That's a great idea, Evan. We actually are going to have a Canadian ceremony later. I think in the summer we're gonna go to Canada and do it all again. So it'll be fun. My family always goes camping in August, so I get to take her on a real Canadian camping trip, eh? We spot some moose. Deborah says, sorry, I had to leave for a bit. My son in Tokyo texted about a tsunami warning. He was a bit nervous, but I think it will be okay. Wow, speaking of Japan. Crazy neighborhood. Huh? So was there a tsunami? Was it like maybe like a small tsunami, or was the warning just wrong? Thanks, Zola. She is remarkable considering I met her like 6 months ago and decided to marry her. Alrighty. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Maybe some of you. Little Chi Church. And again, jump on the email list if you're not already, because then you're going to get notifications. And I'll email out what the theme of the class is going to be, and you can decide if that sounds interesting to you. Oh, Marissa was also posting about a tsunami warning. Is she in Japan right now? I know she visits Thailand a lot. But also, don't forget, teacher training starts in 2 weeks, January 30th. I had to move the date because of this wedding and everything. Charity's parents are moving back to, my fiance, her parents are moving back to Japan. So we have to do the wedding kind of quick. So we were kind of stuck with one date. So I had to move the teacher training from the 23rd to the 30th for the start date. But it's a 12-week program. It's all online. There's payment plans available if you want to spread the payments over 3 or 6 months. I think it's pretty affordable as far as Qigong teacher trainings go and yoga teacher trainings go. And I think you get a lot of value for your money too. There's a ton of video content and live streams every week and replays of the live streams. You can't make them. So put a lot of work into it. And I think it's pretty good. A lot of my students say so. Yeah. Prayers to Japan, eh? From the Tonga volcano. Is that true? So it must be in the Sea of Japan on the west coast, if it's hitting Thailand too. All right, everybody. Won't keep you any longer. Oh, look at this. We have two testimonies for the teacher training. It's amazing. Okay, thanks everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow. May the chi be with you.